And here's a trick I picked up from William Blanchard. I'll put his link down in the description below. It's a great idea. Snuff out the smoke or save my fuel. Thanks, Will. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Well, I just received my shipment from Amazon. Man, I love Amazon. But they had just delivered everything I need to build 4 more heating units for my hives, and I've got 4 hives out there that need heating units before I go into winter. So this is a project that I'm going to be doing. It's time for me to start preparing for winter. But that's not what this video is about. Today the video is about my ongoing battle with hive beetles. Now, if you remember during the ants attack video, we looked down into the hive, we saw a bunch of ants in there, but we also saw a bunch of hive beetles. I have not seen hive beetles like this, I guess, ever. This is only my 2nd year, but last year it wasn't that bad. But last year, in my hives, I was using the plastic beetle blaster traps, and they seemed to work. Now, I did catch several hive beetles in each one of the traps last year, so I know that there were hive beetles last year. But this year, I believe also in that ants attack video, we tried the new rigid, solid, reusable beetle trap. And when I pushed it down to the hive, it clicked, it came apart, and I almost spilled oil in the hive. So I'm not a big fan of those. I went back to these. But in addition to that, I'm going to try something new. I don't know whether you've heard of it or not, but there's a new trap called the Guardian. Well, I guess it's not a trap, it's a preventative measure. It keeps the hive beetles from actually getting into your hive. It's called the Guardian. Now, I learned about this on Barnyard Bees, on his website. He uses these and he swears by them, so I thought I'm going to give it a shot, because every time I go into these hives, specifically when I go into feed, and I lift up the bucket of feed, inside the whole rim of the bucket is a bunch of hive beetles. So the bees are chasing them up and out of the way, but they're still in the hive, and apparently this is going to help me keep the beetles out of the hive. Now, I have this apparatus. This is going to prevent them from coming in through the upper entrance. And the way that it works is basically, if you have an upper entrance, you just screw this over the top of it, and the beetles can't figure out how to get in. They say that it has something to do with the color red, and because hive beetles can't hover, they kind of hit the roof here and crash to the ground. Now, I've taken a look at this. Let me open one up and I'll show you. This is the Guardian, and this is designed to keep hive beetles from being able to fly into your hive. Now, it's my understanding that hive beetles cannot hover. They have to fly directly into the hive, and that's why this works. See, the hive beetle doesn't see this. They don't see this entrance when they fly to the hive. They see this, and it looks like it's closed. So I'm guessing that this is the magic. This is why it works. And it's done via an engineering trick. If you look at the side of this thing, it's on an incline. So the bees know their way in and out, but hive beetles, they can't figure it out. They can't hover. They're going to fly directly in, and when they do, they're going to hit the red glass, which apparently they can't see very well, and then they're going to fall through one of these holes. So I'm hoping that this works. I'm actually pretty confident that it will. I know that the gentleman from Barnyard Bees, he swears by them. He says that these things work, and that's actually where I bought these, was Barnyard Bees, so if it works, you know where to get them. I'm going to give them a try. Spent a little bit of money, and I bought one for each one of my hives, so we're going to see if this does the trick. But ideally, I would like to get away from using beetle traps altogether. I just don't like the idea of putting oil in the hives, because I do not want to spill oil on my bees. It's going to kill them. But if I can prevent the hive beetles from getting in to begin with, this is the way to go. So, I've installed one already. And basically, you just put it on an entrance reducer. It installs with a screw here and a screw here. Very easy to install. And then I suspect all I have to do is go out to the hive, put the entrance reducer in, and I'm good. These, on the other hand, I don't know how well these are going to work. I'm going to install them. I've got one for each one of the hives as well for the upper entrance, and we will see. But this, based on what I've seen on the engineering, I think this is going to work. So let's get outside and install them. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Excuse me, girls. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Here we go. Let's Excuse me, don't sting me. On an entrance reducer that's exactly that size. There we go. See if the bees take to it, see if they can figure out the way in. They're getting in and out. I think it's going to work. Girls. This should fit. Not be. Oh, sorry. Put that into place. There we go. Whew. That's not good. They don't like that. I think I may need some smoke. Does that fit? It does. Supposed to give you a new entrance. There we go. Let me tell you, these girls are bringing in some pollen. It's always a good sign. There we go. Alright, well this may be a little bit sketch because I'm going to install this while the bees are on the hive and they're not going to be very happy with me for doing it. I'll tell you that. Alright, the hope that that works. So I guess now we wait to see if any bees go in or out. Apparently a fly has just figured it out. There's one. There you have it. So now I have the Guardian hive beetle entrance deterrent on all of my hives. Now I know that I've already got hive beetles in here. It's already getting hot, so I'm not going to go in here today to put the beetle traps in. I think I will do that tomorrow. And when I do that, I'm going to go through the hive and kill every hive beetle that I see so that I at least give them a head start. So I'm going to remove the hive beetles, put the hive beetle traps in here, and hope that these prevent any more hive beetles from getting into the hive. There you go. So we'll be back later, I guess, to check on this. In the meantime, let's watch the bees a little bit and see if they can figure out how to get in there. This one's trying to figure out how to sting me. Right, have they figured it out yet? I just had to go take shelter. I don't know whether you heard that or not. The emergency siren just went off for like 3 minutes. Don't know why. Well, we'll get in here tomorrow when it's cooler and install the hive beetle traps. But for now, I'm going to call this a success. Now we'll just see if these guardian traps work. So, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you have a comment, please comment. I'd love to hear from you. By all means, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of my new content. I want to thank you for watching. I want you to be happy. Have a great day. See you next time.